sun, light. It's a new day in Washington. No more Ron. No more Dan. Somehow still Martin Mayhew. And it's fine, we got Adam Peters and Josh Harris. For the first time in years, I've seen light. I've seen sun. Now there's only one thing left we need. A head coach. Okay, alright, who are the options? I mean, we got apparently Mike Vrabel, apparently Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, Ben Johnson, Anthony Weaver, Aaron Glenn, Dan Quinn, Mike McDonald, Kevin Slowick, Raheem Morris. It is a heck of a group of coaches. I think we'll definitely get a top choice. Alright, looks like Ben Johnson's the favorite. Killer 2 seasons as a Lions offensive coordinator. Has them playing out of their mind, so we're just going to have to wait for him to get out of the playoffs, and you know, we should be able to hire him. Alright, the Lions are out. Looks, a lot of these good coaches are gone. Kevin Slowick is staying with Houston. Raheem Morris has signed with the Falcons. Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, they're still available. Jim Harbaugh, part of me wish we got Jim Harbaugh. But he went to San Diego. That seemed like it was a foregone conclusion. And the Lions are out. Come on home, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is staying with the Lions? And he called a team while we were on the flight to go and interview him? Yeah, you know what? It makes sense you don't want to become our head coach. I mean, we have a young quarterback that you can develop, or you can draft one, because we had the number 2 pick and also 4 other picks in the top 100. We have a brand new owner, a new GM, which is the fan favorite GM. The GM everyone thinks is the new hot candidate of GMs. And may I mention also, we have, you know, the most salary cap of any NFL team this season. But yeah, I mean, who would want to be our head coach? I mean, you're just turn it down, right? I mean, of course you can get a better opportunity. Why can't we live close to a beach? It's okay, it's okay. We've interviewed Mike McDonald a couple times. He's the new hot candidate. We got Mike McDonald. It's a lock. We're going battle out Seattle, but we have a better position than Seattle does right now. Mike McDonald signed with the Seahawks? You got to be kidding me! Are we about to run it with Eric Bieniemy? I know we interviewed him. Kevin Slowick is saying everyone is off the board. Mike Vrabel is still there, but we haven't called him. Belichick is there, we haven't called him. And then there's Dan Quinn, which is Dallas. We saw what happened in that wild card game. We're running it back with Eric, aren't we? Alright, it's getting really loud after Mike McDonald went to the Seahawks. It's getting real loud in Washington. I think we're about to find out who the new coach is. I am terrified. Please give me a gift. We signed Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, Mr. 28-3, Mr. 43-42 record. Alright, this is not an exact retread of Ron Rivera. Is it a defensive guy that had success with the team, pretty much a 50-50 record, and lost the Super Bowl? Yes, but you know what he doesn't do? Cross his arms. Doesn't cross his arms. He's actually quite animated in the box. So at least we got energy, leadership, and we got a brand new GM. So you know what? Having a bit of a weathered head coach, maybe this is a good thing. Over the years, how many times have we made the flashy choice that ended up burning us in the end? I mean, Albert Hainsworth, Josh Norman, Deshaun Jackson's 50-50. We had some good times, there's some bad times. Eric Bieniemy, I mean, we have made so many of the hot hires. Ron Rivera, we made so many of the hot hires. Maybe taking this hire that it's just kind of under the radar a little bit. Kind of everyone was expecting him to get a job elsewhere. So maybe this is a good idea. This is a good idea. Maybe this is a good plan. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? In Josh, I trust. In Adam, I trust. In Bob, I trust. In Rick, I trust. In the whole new front office organization, I trust. And you know what? Dan Quinn doesn't have personnel power. So it's not like Ron Rivera where he was his own GM and owner and all of that. As soon as I see the sun, I just want to run back into the darkness. We've been burned so many times. We've been in a dumpster. It can't get any worse. I mean, to be fair, it can't get worse than where we've been. It can only be up from here. We have seen the sun for the first time. Look, I'll forgive all my negative thoughts if he brings Al Harris, whether it is as a position coach, defensive coordinator. That man had the Dallas defensive backs balling out this season. Bring them home. Bring them to DC. And OC, you know, you got some Kubiaks out there. Maybe even bring back Eric Bieniemy. You know, just tell them to run the ball sometimes. But there's only one thing we can do until we know for sure. And that won't be until September. We got free agency, we got draft, we got to re-sign players. We got to see who he builds as his staff. So until then, we raise our left hands.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hands up. Who are we? The Commanders.
With my blue sweater, when we're not together, I can hold you through the bad weather. I'll give my...
Imagine Mike Vrabel wants to come back as DC for a year. No, he wouldn't do that. He just don't take a year off.